Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to Real Beauty Talk. My name is Paulla De Souza. I am a makeup artist. I've been a makeup artist for over 2 decades, and what I do is I use my skill set to help women to connect or reconnect with their inner beauty. Real Beauty Talk is a series of conversations designed to inspire, motivate, and help you to transform your life. Sometimes I am chatting with a guest, sometimes I do solo conversations. Join me every Wednesday at 5:30 on Facebook Live, or you can catch the replays on Instagram or on my YouTube channel, Paulla De Souza TV. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. Have a blessed one. Hey, how are you? Hello, and welcome again. Let me know what your thoughts are with my new introduction. I know on Instagram you can see. Today I am going to dive into a topic that a lot of women all have been trying their utmost best to get, which is contouring like a pro, and I have some news for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from the beginning because if I have $1 for every woman who is absolutely crazy about my skin, I will probably not be in debt right now. But listen to me. This thing, there's levels to it. It does not matter how amazing the makeup artist is. You have to learn the most important um, asset is your skin. Your most important asset is your skin, and you have to invest time in developing a skincare routine that is going to work for your skin type. And if you have never visited a dermatologist or an esthetician, maybe you could start out with an esthetician. If your skin is like really bad, then you could probably see a dermatologist. So make an appointment with an esthetician so she can give you a facial and give you some guidance as to what your skin type is. It is important that you purchase or invest in products that is complementary to your skin type. What I mean by this is this. If, for example, you have very oily skin, do not use products that is formulated for dry skin, because what is going to happen, it will um, make your skin more oily, because products that are formulated for dry skin has more oils or moisture in the product to help the skin to stay supple. All right. If your skin is dry, don't use a product that is formulated for oily skin, because the formula for oily skin is usually to reduce the amount of oils. So that's the first thing to know. So it is important that you know how to prep your skin. Hey, Erla, everybody who is on Instagram, everybody who's watching me on the down low, welcome. So what I'm going to do is add my favorite moisturizer. I cannot more or less prep. I have on my eye cream already, and I am very much into L'Oreal products, and the product that I'm using now is this L'Oreal 55 plus. Let me show you guys over here. Yeah. What I like about this, it you can use it day and night. These days with the crisis of the pandemic, um, you have to kind of be smart with how you're purchasing products and try to get something that I could use. Ideally, I will be using my serum, then my moisturizer, and all these fancy things. But these days, it's not. I don't have the luxury. Hi, everybody. Hi, Erla. Hi, Keisha. Greetings. And as you know, this is not a monologue, it's a dialogue. And in the meantime, while I'm prepping my skin, what I want to do is take a moment to wish some queens that are very dear to my heart happy birthday. All the way from Antigua, Heather Durham celebrated her 68th birthday. One of my dearest friends, she's going to be 60, Natasha Jones. What I'm applying now, oops. I was gifted this Sasha Velvet, Skin Velvet, I think, or Skin Canvas, Face Canvas, right? So this is the next thing that I'm putting on, the Sasha Face Canvas. And what I like about this, it's really makes your skin feel like velvet. So I will definitely just slap that on the areas that need. Yes, so for all these queens who are, especially the women who are over 50 and killing it, oh my God, if you see how amazing these women look. And one of the things that I learned from most of my clients, especially my mature clients, is they're all big on skincare. Skincare is like drinking water, it's life for your skin. So, what I'm going to do now is treat my skin to maybe like a minute of this jade roller. What the jade roller does, it reduces the puffiness and it helps to drain the lymphatic fluids from under the skin. So for those women who have puffy on the eyes and the face tend to look puffy, before you put on your makeup, you after you moisturize and you put on all your facial products, I would recommend that you use the jade roller. And I usually store mine keep it in the fridge. After I'm done using it, I clean it and I put it in the refrigerator. So this is nice and cool. The jade stone is usually very cool. It's a cool stone by itself. So when you put it in the fridge, it just amplifies everything. So how you guys doing on the outside? Remember, I am here to give you guidance, ask questions, and I'm gonna do this as simple as possible because the whole idea behind me doing my makeup is to give you the guidance of what you can do at home. So I'm totally catering for the woman who have no clue. So this is not Paulla De Souza, the makeup artist, that is going to be doing like a real professional thing. I'm going to keep it as simple as possible because one of the comments I always hear from women is, "Oh, you're a makeup artist. You've been doing this. You know how to do this." So I'm going to keep it totally simple. For the most part, when it comes to contouring, in my opinion, a lot of women don't need contouring. And you also have to know this contouring is really just for photography, the camera's eye, if you're doing still photography or if you're doing videography. Other than that, for everyday use, you do not need to contour. I'm going to show you how your blush and certain products could just help to create illusion of a structured face because most of us already have that nice natural contour line. So just for time, I'm going to be done with this for now. I'm going to clean this off. And the way how I clean it, I either wash it with water or I use my astringent, maybe some with chaser, and I wipe it off, fold it up in a tissue, and I keep it in the fridge. The jade stone is a very relaxing, calming stone. And because it's crystal, you also have a lot of health benefits from this. One of the major health benefits from the from using the jade roller, people who have bad sinus issues, and it helps to drain your sinus with consistent use. All right. So that's me moisturized now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare my canvas by applying foundation in the areas where I need it the most. Um, where are you located? I don't want to mess up your name. Is it Kiola? Miss Rodney, because Rodney is the easiest name to pronounce. Yes. So today I have this product that I haven't used in a long time. This is Black Up Cream to Powder Foundation. Oops. And this has been around for such a well, not that long. I don't mean to make it sound ancient. So this is the Cream to Powder Foundation. I honestly don't know what is going on in Guyana in regards to where you could buy products, but maybe you could start with a beauty store And I always start my application from the center of my face. Do you remember these brushes when everybody was totally crazy about them? And the best way to use the cream to powder foundation is to damp the brush. Make sure it's I wet it and then I squeeze it out between paper towel and the towel to get rid of all the water. So when you damp it, what happens is that it gives you more um, a smoother finish. And to be honest, not everybody need product all over the skin. And I have another tip for you guys too. Tomorrow actually, is National Lipstick Day. And I know it's difficult for you to wear lip product, especially because you have to be in a mask most of the time. But I'm going to introduce you to some textures that you can use with your mask and it does not smudge. It really stays put. And you notice how I'm sweeping my product across my skin because the whole idea is to create the illusion of flawless skin. That's why you wear. But what I'm doing now is that I have a few blemishes like right here. I don't know if you can see it. So I'm just using my the residue from the brush. I am patting it over. Yes, so there's such a thing as National Lipstick Day. So just to give you a treat, I'm going to do a really one of my favorite colors actually, and I haven't had the opportunity to use it in a very, very long time. So in celebration of National Lipstick Day, I'm going to show you how to apply lipstick that is going to look absolutely flawless. And for the women who always complain, oh, you don't have to worry because you have flawless skin, so you could afford to wear makeup that looks thing. The key is to apply product a little at a time. Don't try to paste it on and then try to create the illusion of flawless. Because remember, foundation, the purpose of foundation is to create illusion. And you want to appear as though you're really not wearing product. So the trick is to always apply it and then reapply if you think you need to reapply. So this is my first application layer and I'm just passing the brush over and this really feels exceptionally smooth and I love the whole idea of looking like I'm wearing nothing because to me that is the whole idea behind wearing makeup. When you do put on anything else, like for example your eyeshadows and your lipstick, is just to add definition. And then I use my beauty blender and I press so that I can um, remove any excess product. And for the women who have deep smile lines or anything or wrinkles in different areas, what I would do, I mean, mine is not that deep, but I will still do something like this. So I could smooth it out and remove any excess product that may settle. And I do the same thing underneath my eyes as well. Great. So basically that's it. I'm just going to highlight under my eyes a little bit because I tend to have a little bit of shadow. And let me tell you, I use very little product. And I know a lot of people talk about concealers again as opposed to foundation. Um, Now that I'm wiser, I rarely ever buy a concealer. I would prefer to have three different shades of foundation. One that is exactly my skin tone, one that is a tone or two lighter than my skin tone, because if I want to just shape and add definition to my face, I use a lighter one. And as you can see, this is as much product as I'm going to use here, right? And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the center because for the most part is the center that has the little bit of that has a little shadow. So I tap tap tap, and then the same product, the residue, I'm gonna strip it down my nose. Now, here's the thing about contouring your nose. You can also use your skin as your darker shade. So, like for example, the color that I use right now is about a tone or two lighter than my skin tone, right? And I could use my natural skin as my contouring color. So I don't need to put anything down the side here if I don't want to. All right. I wonder, yeah, I hope your skincare routine is off to a good start and you're getting good results. So next time I see you again, I expect to see you with nice, flawless skin, Miss Lady. And I like to use my finger to apply certain products. As you notice, I'm just tapping, tapping, tapping because the whole, and then I'm bringing it down into my smiley line. The whole idea behind, contouring is to make sure that everything is nice and flawless and smooth. Is my how does my video look on my computer? How does the video look on your end? Does it have enough light? I just want to make sure that it's not me, because to me it looks a little bit shadowy. All right, great. So now the trick part, contouring. What do you use to contour, and how is it done? So I'm going to do two things. On one side of my face, I'm going to really snatch it and I'm going to do the contouring. But remember, I want to keep it as simple as possible. Hello, my love. Hey, Donna. Good evening. Good evening. Yes. So, and then I'm going to show you how you can use a simple product like a blush, because the purpose for blush it's to shape your face. All right. A lot of people don't understand the reason why they use certain products or why certain products is formulated. What are the purpose for it? So a lot of times the mistake that most women make is to go with a product that is way too dark, and what end up happening, it looks like mud on the skin. So what I want to suggest to you is figure out what is two shades darker than your natural skin tone if you want to use a, another product to contour. Like for example, if I'm going to swipe it on my chest for you to see. So this has a nice warm finish. So when I contour using this, it's a more natural finish, because remember, I'm all about natural. It's all about creating illusion. So you don't want it to be like exceptionally obvious that you're wearing something that doesn't belong on your skin, kind of thing. So it's all about, I'm going to show you the powder format. Let me see if I could do this. Are you seeing that? I'm going to put a little bit more. Right? You can't, all you saw, immediately you saw the definition, because the purpose for contouring is to create illusion of depth, right? And if you have, like, if you look at my face very carefully, you will notice that I naturally have a contour where my jawline, not jawline, sorry, my cheek. This is my cheekbone here. This is the middle, and that's where it sinks naturally. So you have the bone and you have this area. So the whole idea behind contouring is to create a shadow of depth. So what will happen is the bone will automatically pop. Does that make sense? If you already have a very well defined features, I would suggest that you stay away from contouring, because you're not on stage. And if you're naturally defined, some women have a natural definition, right? And you don't need to do that. Now, for example, for the women who have very pronounced cheekbones and you want to soften that bone, that is where I will go on top. So that is the mistake that a lot of women be making, because remember, when you look at women, at guys who are doing drag makeup, they have to soften up their features to appear feminine. So they will go on top of their cheekbone. They will create a whole new canvas by putting on a lot of foundation, and then they were gonna create what they want. So the average woman do not need to go that route because you are already well defined. All right. So I'm like I said, I'm keeping it simple so that the average person at home, you can learn how to do this. So on an everyday basis, what I use is, well, it's almost gone. This is a bronzer, matte bronzer, and this is just gives me a really nice. It has a nice depth to it. And also, one of my favorite contouring products is this one from Black Up. You see how nice and warm the brown is. So when you apply it on your skin, right? It gives you that nice depth. And the great thing about Blacker products is that, um, like the contouring palettes and certain products, it's formulated to suit different skin tones, and they created their skin tones from, like, I think now they have maybe 0 to 6 or 0 to 5. So you fall in light, medium, medium light, medium deep, that kind of thing. So it's going to be easier for you to find a product if you know what color family you fall into. So on one side of my face, I'm going to use this as a blush, and then on the other side, I'm going to do it really snatched, because this is just supposed to be a cool vibe. You don't want to create anything that is too dramatic, because the everyday woman, like I said, don't need contouring, but you can use your blush to create that really nice defined shape on your face. All right. And what I love about this, it just gives me, I'm going to go here first. So I'm following the imaginary line. And you notice I didn't put powder on first. I just applied, which is my foundation. And then I'm going to go in with the blush product. See, immediately you can see I'm already getting that snatched finish. And I'm sweeping the product up. So I have a little bit of chubbiness going on right here. So if I want to snatch that down, I will just add a little bit more product right here. And the important thing is for you to blend, blend, blend. So I'm just keeping the brush right here so I don't see any defined lines. When I'm done, I want to look as though maybe she was born with it, maybe it's contour. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to shade underneath my cheekbone, my jaw line, sorry. So feel, if you're going to do this, feel where your jawbone is. And then you'll just go right underneath, because you remember dark colors recede and light colors bring forward. So we want to create this whole snatched vibe. According to Scott Barnes, snatched but natural. So depth here. So one of the things that I need you to be cognizant of is everybody's facial shape is different. All right. So what I am doing for me may not necessarily work for you. For example, if you have a white forehead, then you can use, I don't know the technical name because I finished cosmetology so long, all those terms out of my head. So just between your cheekbone and this bone right above your brow, there's a little hollow. So if your hands are free, just take your fingers and just pass it gently here, and you'll feel the depth. All right. So if you're a woman whose forehead is a little bit wider, you could create the illusion of depth right here, because this is where your bone naturally sinks. This is where your hollow really is. So I'm going to do right here. So I don't know if you can see it. It immediately gives me that, you know, yes. So, and normally I will, most women, they do foundation water. What I don't, because it's very unnatural. Your forehead is actually the part of your body that is exposed to the sun more. So it's more natural for you to pass that color that is a little bit deeper than your skin tone over your forehead area. So that way is you have your hairline and then you have a little depth and then you have your natural color going on. So it gives your face a more natural finish. So this is the area where I'm using the blush as, so this is blush and you see it gives my face shape. So I don't have to do any kind of contouring because I just use blush and that's it. So on the other side, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be very purposeful with how I snatch it. All right. So I'm going to go in with my foundation that is 2 shades darker, but it still have that nice warm finish. And I'm going to show you, there's a product here that I want to show you. It's a nice color, but, and it has really nice depth, but on me, it is not from my skin tone. So what I notice is when I apply it on me, it comes out looking like muddy. So that's the thing that you have to be very careful of. So what I'm going to do is try to give this some, and this is how you can look like you are a model. Some people are also shadow here. It all depends on. So you see the difference between this one and the one that I put here? You can see this, and this looks like a line. And we don't want anything that looks like a line. We want natural, right? So I will have to do a lot of work to blend this, right? So it just looked like 2 lines as opposed to the one that I used earlier that is closer to my skin tone, you know, you can't see it, right? See? So this is kind of just to give you some perspective. So let's do right here. So if you're going out, especially at night, or you're gonna be doing photos and you're wearing something that is um, no straps, and you want to give yourself that nice snatch finish, this is the way to go. So I wouldn't use this product. This particular color right here is perfect for somebody who have maybe a darker skin tone and a little bit more brown in them. So yes, so let's go with the. Any questions to me so far? For those of you who know popping on, I'm trying to teach you a little bit about contouring. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to follow my natural line. And you remember, you always see a lot of people going all the way up here. But the whole idea, I'm going to say it again, the whole idea is to create the illusion of very defined cheekbone. Now, if you already have a defined cheekbone, that's the only time I will go on top of the bone because I want to soften it. Other than that, I want to create depth. So that's where I go with it. So you see it's nice and warm, the color, and it looks more natural. So when I put my powder on over that, and I'm going to come down here as well. How are you guys doing on the outside? Everybody good? Any questions? Any comments? I'm just going to use the residue. Thank you, Jody. Skin is what it's all about, right? I'm going to use the residue and I'm just going to swipe it on the side of my nose. It really is important for you to find the right complementary shades that has a perfect undertone for your that will match with your skin. You don't want to go for fake. You want everything to be natural because you remember this whole thing about creating illusions is not always necessary for the naked eye. The best advantage is when you're doing photography. So what I'm doing right now, I'm doing this because I have a request from a couple of people who do stuff on television, and they want to learn how to create a nice snatch finish. So when they go on camera, they look really good. Right now, I really want to pop this. So this one is the natural side with using the blush, and this one is going to be the snatch. So I use and if I'm doing photography and I have like a long day or whatever, definitely I'm gonna go for this one. But if I'm just doing a regular everyday kind of finish, this is the side that I'm gonna go with. And you will see how this will come together because you remember what I was taught is all about creating the illusion between light and dark, right? Light colors bring forward, dark colors recede. So that's the whole idea. Keisha, I hope you're not driving, so I have to focus on the road. Or you're heading home. All right, please get home safe and don't look. I want you to be safe. May the angels guide you home safely. Hi, Renee. How are you? I have no questions, but I like to compliment you on such beautiful skin. Your experience and expertise is to be applauded. Thank you so very, very much. I appreciate that. So if you guys know any woman who you're talking about the everyday chicas who get totally frustrated because they think that what they have to do it like the pros. So simple side, pro side, right? So what I'm gonna do next is this product is so fabulous. It has the contouring powder in the mid. Well, these two are the contouring, but the difference between with this is it's over here. One is matte, and the other one is kind of like a soft satin finish. And I love to use this to the center of my face. So I pat it right here. Always start from the inside and blend it out. So it now kind of coming together with the contour that I just did. So we get to see the contrast between the light and the dark. And you remember for every day, you really don't need to do this every day because this is only most effective when you're doing photography or if you're gonna have like a little video shoot. Other than that, you could cut 5-10 minutes out of your makeup routine if you skip this. But like I said, using a blush will give you that nice defined snatch finish. It's all about understanding what your facial shape is and your color placement. So the other thing that I will talk to you guys about, as you know, this is Real Beauty Talk, and I try to combine it with a little bit of inspiration as well. We're gonna talk about what do you do to raise your energy when it's low. So you could probably pop into the comments and let me know. Give me one thing that you do to raise your energy when you're having a low day. Um, and I want to share some tips with you as well. Right. So what I am going to do next is I like my satin finish because you know me, I'm all about glow. And what the glow does, it gives you a nice, healthy, youthful finish. To the ladies over 50, we want to stay fabulous for as long as possible. And one of the things about makeup, hey Yanet, nice to see you. One of the things about makeup is it is our friend and it could be our enemy. Because I'm telling you this, if you use the wrong type of product, use a color in the wrong place instead of enhancing you, it will make you look aged. All right. So please understand that there's levels to this thing. Don't just pick up makeup and apply it and don't understand. And I'm trying my best to break it down for you. So my because of my facial shape, I could afford to put some highlighting on top of my cheekbone because all of this that I'm doing here is not, I'm not doing it for doing its sake. This is about defining my shape, my facial shape. All right. What is nice about this product too is I could use it all over. So if I want a nice glow, see how that is popping? So all the areas that light will tend to hit naturally, like for example, when I'm doing this, I'm seeing the light bouncing like right here. So we're gonna play with the natural areas. So wherever the light is bouncing, that's where it is. That's where the glow is gonna be added. Same thing with my face. You know, where the light is bouncing naturally, that's where I'll choose to, put some product. And the thing about it is, for mature skin, you want to stay away from products that are too pigmented because you don't want to have that whole shiny, shiny, shiny glow. Like if you're probably beam into space or something. I take smoothies or protein shake. Okay. Um, what about your energetic energy? In terms of, I don't know if you know what, no, maybe, some days you have really great days where you feel so freaking amazing, like you could conquer the world. And then you have some days when you wake up, not necessarily, maybe you might wake up in a good mood because, of course, all of us tend to start our day, well, I think all of us tend to start our day on that high note of connecting with our higher spiritual self, and we say our prayers, we talk to God. Some people have their gratitude journal and they write in it. So you wake up and you start your day on a positive note. But for some reason or the other, you go through the rest of the day, and you have this experience of all of a sudden you just feel like if the whole freaking world is against you. That's what I'm talking about. When you get that feeling, what do you do or where do you go to raise your vibration? Hey, Annie Binks, nice to see you. So, back to the makeup, and we're gonna come back in that. So, I'm just giving you some food for thought and some perspective. So, let me know, share a tip or two. What do you do to raise your energy or raise your vibrations when you're going through? You start off fabulous, and then you have a moment that felt as though life is just whipping your ass without anything happening. You know. So, I know for women especially, we have our hormones that is kick our asses sometimes. So sometimes it's just that nothing physical or nothing outside of ourselves. Physically, we're fine, but it's just because of all the hormone activity in our bodies that is just wreaking havoc on our emotions. Hey, Samoy, can you share one of your favorite affirmations, if you don't mind? So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in with my powder. So, as you notice, I put everything underneath, and it's I'm giving you my trick. So that's why when I do makeup, it looks really flawless and it looks really natural. I don't put anything on top. So I want everything to look as just coming out from under the skin. So I'm gonna start where I tend to shine the most, and I don't put powder everywhere. So I start by focusing on the center, my nose, over my brow, and where I apply the contour or the blush on the side. I'm using my powder brush to kind of really blend it in. And if anybody else on the outside, if you guys have affirmations that you could share, I would love if you could share, because you know what? This video is around for, it's going to be around for forever moons, and it would be nice to have, somebody pop by and you're watching, and then you're not just seeing somebody doing makeup, but you could pop in and you could get some good vibes and good energy. Hey Alicia, hey Onika, welcome. Barbados is in the house, Guyana in the house. I am healthy, wealthy, and blessed. That is a nice one. I love that. So, do you see how everything comes together very seamlessly? What do you guys think? You listen to music. What kind of music do you listen to, Sharon? Because I listen to music too, but sometimes I just want to hear nice, soft music. And then there are other times when I want to hear music that I could dance, because dancing is one thing that helps to raise your vibration as well. When you even especially, music from your favorite era. Like my favorite era is like the 70s kind of vibe. It all depends on the mood and what I feel for. So the residue from the brush is where I'm going to put on the side of the nose kind of thing. I honestly, this is one of my pet peeves. I really don't understand why this is now a trend that you feel you need to put highlight on the tip of your nose. What that does, it just make your nose look bigger. Why do you want to attract light to the tip of your nose? That just don't make no sense. If you are, I don't want to sound like if I'm. I hope this don't get me in trouble. But if you're Caucasian, if you're a white girl or whatever, and you have very skinny nose and you want to make your nose look wider, then it makes sense for you to use a lighter color to the tip of your nose, so you could create the illusion of a wider nose bridge. Not the nose bridge, right at the tip of your nose being wider. But if you already have wide features on your nose and you want to snatch it, do not use that highlighter on the tip of your nose. So what I want you guys to do is be very observant as to what certain products does when you use it. All right. Don't just take my word for it. In other words, understand why you do what you do. If your nose is too long and you want to kind of shorten it, then you could use the same shade that you do the darker color, you put it across, so that creates illusion of shorter. So light and dark combined creates whatever illusion you desire. All right. But the key is to understand exactly why you're doing what you're doing. All right. Don't just sit down, and this is the difference between me and the lady on YouTube or even Instagram. I'm a makeup artist, and I understand the art of makeup. Now remember earlier I know sometimes um they tend to put a lighter color on me, but like I said, I'm catering for the woman at home who just want to learn how to look snatch. So don't bother with all of that. It is not that complicated. Trust me when I tell you that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stay quiet for a little bit, because remember I told you guys earlier that tomorrow is National Lipstick Day, and in celebration of National Lipstick Day, I am going to use one of my favorite lipsticks, and I'm going to apply it now to show you, and I'm going to tell you about the brand, because this, when I first found this product, it's called Super Stay. It's a Maybelline product, right? Super Stay is the name of the brand from Maybelline. Matte ink. I don't know what the hell is put in this, but let me tell you, it do not move. And what I also love about it, opposed to most brands that makes these long stay, long wear products, is with this, it doesn't dry your lips out. It does not dry out your lips, one, and it really does not move. When you're ready to take this off, you gotta get makeup remover to take it off. So it's perfect for us who have to, we still want to look chic when we take off our mask and not have to worry about product all over our face. So I'm gonna apply this and I'm gonna pass some tissue on it when I'm done so that you can see. So in the meantime, I would love if you guys could share some more. Um, have you ever stopped to wonder, why do you like when you go through this experience of your energy dipping? Have you ever tried to investigate as to, why do I feel the way I feel? Have you ever asked yourself that question? And if you have ever asked yourself that question and you came up with a solution, I really would love for you to drop it in the comment. And I'm going to tell you a couple of reasons also why sometimes our energy dip. Outside of the fact that, as a female, hormones tend to wreak havoc in our bodies, especially during the time of your cycle, before and after. So the PMS thing is real. All right. So in the meantime, drop me some love in the comments, and I'm gonna stay quiet so I could give you a nice, perfect lip. All right. And I always start from the center. So this sexy, delicious chocolate color I'm gonna use. What I like about this product is I don't have to use a lip liner with it. Hey Gloria, welcome. All right, so I want a nice, sexy cupid bow. So I'm gonna form this V. The thing about this particular product is that you really have to take your time because of the texture. Because once it's set, that's it. You can't correct it. I like to take my time and apply lip product because most of the times when you're communicating, people tend to watch at your mouth. So always make sure your product is nice and neat. So what I do next is I use my one of my fingers and I do this. So what this does, it removes any excess that is on the inside. So I don't have to end up with lipstick on my teeth at any point. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, how are you guys doing on the outside? And I see my comments. Y'all leaving me hanging. Right. So, all right. So, basically, I want this to set because I want to show you something, but I'm not quite done with it yet. So, where I'm going to go next is remember, I'm keeping it very simple. One of the things that I want to bring to your attention is color coordinating is very, very important. Hey, Michelle Edwards. Thank you, Janet. I listen to upbeat music, also reggae gospel. Yeah, reggae have a nice energy to it. I listen to reggae as well. I love chronics. So I listen to chronics, I listen to Bob Marley, anything reggae that has um, very positive, uplifting vibes in it. That's what I go for too when I want to raise my vibration. Um, One of the things that I notice is that sometimes subconsciously we have things in our lives that challenges us, right? We might be going, and then let me just talk about this season that we're experiencing right now, where we've been on lockdown for so long and not earning consistently and having all these bills piling up and everything else. And sometimes you're not even aware of the fact that it's there in your subconscious. So every now and then you tend to dip into that energy, and what it does, it end up kind of pulling you down into like a almost a state of depression. But what I realize is that we have to really learn how to let go of the things that we have absolutely no control over, because at the end of the day, time is doing its thing, right? And whether we like it or not, this is going to take its course, and we just have to figure it out. And I think for me, when I realize that I am going through that whole thing, I sit and I get quiet. I take some nice deep breaths and I try to connect with what it is that is really troubling me on the inside. And when I get to the core of what is troubling me, it puts me in a place of that I could be in control. In control. All right. Let me talk about the product that I'm using, and then I'm going to come back to that. So this is actually a sample product, and what I love about this particular texture, I'm going to show it to you here. It's almost like a cream. See so easy it is to glide on, and I discover, well, you could use your brush or your finger. Anything is a tool. I'm going to show you over here. It goes on really, really smooth. So you don't have a lot of fallouts, and I could give myself a nice smoky vibe kind of finish. Yeah. So back to the whole low vibe kind of business. Sometimes your situation that you're going through, it tends to trouble you. I mean, it's normal. It's really, really normal. But what is important is to not stay in that energy, you know. Understand that you're in a place of transition, and there are a lot of things that is outside of our control, and we can't, no matter how much we try, we can't speed up time, right? So this is a situation, or this is a season. We just have to roll with the season until it takes its course and it does what it's supposed to do. But what I've done in the meantime is I try to journal. I try to have more positive inner conversations with myself, because what is happening is not our fault. And I know there are a lot of people, especially people in my industry, that is really, really challenged, and you're going through the same thing too. So what I'm doing now is this product that I use on top, I'm just using it underneath to kind of give a little bit of added definition under my eyes. Okay, so this is one thing I can't do and talk, so excuse me. So, in other words, I don't know how many of you would have heard growing up with your probably a grandmother or even maybe a mom, and they always talk about a prayer of serenity. God grant me the things, grant me the courage to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to know the wisdom to know the difference, and the courage to change the things or something. So I have it. It's like all over the place. If anybody know it, type it in the comments for me, please. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Give me the courage to change the things I can, and give me the wisdom to know the difference. I think that's what it is. So the prayer of serenity, from time to time, I have to remind myself of that. I have to remind myself that, you know what, this too shall pass and all is going to be well. So I have a question for you guys. Another question just popped up. What is the one thing that gives you hope? What is one thing, what gives you hope? What gives me hope is knowing that one day all is going to be well and this too is going to pass. So you remember, this is not just me talking, it is us talking. So it's important that you pop into the comments and share your little 2 cents. I would really appreciate that. So, yes, so share with me what gives you hope. So I'm just trying to pop my eyes a little bit. My lips is going to be the focal point, so I'm not going to be doing anything much to my eyes, but I just want to pop it a little bit more. And I use this bronzy brown that has a little bit of goldish tint in it. And now what I'm doing is I'm just adding a deeper shade of brown to my lash line so that I can pop it some. I'm not going to use any pencils. Yeah, as soon as I'm done with my eyes, I'm going to continue. So you can use a slanted tip brush. This one is not very, very fine, but it's doing what I'm doing, what I wanted to do. And I'm going as close to my lash line as possible, like almost between my lashes, because what this does for people like myself who have really, really thin lashes, it creates the illusion of fuller lashes. So remember, light and dark has its purpose. So with the darker colors create depth. So let me read a couple of comments. Earlier said, "This too shall pass." Wishful thinking. What do you mean by this too shall pass? Wishful thinking. Just like today, I was standing outside when it started to rain, and the raindrops were so huge, and the way how the wind was blowing, I had to go inside. And when the rain started to fall and that thunder started clapping, it was like, oh my God, it felt like in that moment. Because if you just look at what's going on in the moment, you will think that the world is going to end and nothing is going to be beyond that. But that rain fell for good, maybe about half an hour. The sky was black, everything changed. And I was amazed to see within about 45 minutes after it stopped raining, the whole sky clear up and it was like it never ever rained. So for me, when I said this too shall pass, is no, because I look at the natural flow of things, and I understand that nothing lasts forever. Everything has a season, and we just have to learn how to be patient with it. Yes, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Thank you, Bonnet. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Joanne. Thank you, one. The prayer gives me hope. It gives me peace and lifts me up. I love that. So yeah, prayer gives you hope. And I mean, I heard Oprah asking someone recently, "What is prayer?" Because everybody is like, "Oh, say your prayers." Well, what really is prayer? Do you understand the whole dynamics of prayer? And Gloria said, what gives me hope is that nothing stays the same. There's always good in every situation. That is so true. That is so, 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 so true. So lipstick, well, let me finish up my eyes and then I'm going to show you the magic of this lipstick before I dress it up a little bit more. Yes, so we're saving two words with one soul. We're talking, we have some fly things coming around me, man. I think the light is attracting whatever that is. Yes. So for me, let me see, where do I want to go with this? All right. So I am going in with a brush and I'm just going to, I want to have, because my eyes are kind of small, right? And my intention now is to make it look even more awake. So when I teach about application, I usually teach in sections, right? It's for you to understand where your light colors go and where your dark colors go. And when you pull them together, what you have. All right. So my inner corner is where I am going to add some light because I want to brighten up. All right. So right in this first third, I'm going to press. This is just a little bit yeah, this color that I'm using is just a little lighter than the bronze. So I'm kind of like playing with the tones right now. And I think this is one of the things that make makeup very unique, understanding your product, what it does, observe, so that you're not just gonna do what I am doing. You will understand why when you next time you pick up a brush and some product, you understand why you're doing what you're doing. So immediately you could see the light that is attracted to the center of my face. Can you see it? You're now, if you're now joining me, Joanne, yes, I showed two different approach. So maybe when we're done with the live, it's gonna be here. You could always pop the replay button. Right. So Joanne, that just joined, we're having a two-in-one conversation. We're talking about um, what do you do to raise your vibration when you're having like a low day or when you're feeling frustrated because things not moving fast enough. How do you get over that? How do you handle those moments? I'm just looking for, where are you? Fluffy brush to blend. Blending, blending, blending brush. Here you go. Yes. So this is why I keep my makeup very, very simple because especially as a mature woman, I like the whole less is more vibe. I want to, look very fabulous with the least amount of product that I could get away with. And when it comes to eyeshadow, let me tell you something, ladies. Try it. Decorate one eye with all the colors that you like to wear normally, and then just go very simple. On the other eye, using not more than two shades. And what I would say, I'm not against color, but I don't think most people understand how delicate color is. And too much color could age you. And if you have all the primary colors on your face, then that's a whole other different ball game, right? So try to keep it very simple because that's what it is. When you look at the celebrities in magazines and stuff, you don't see all that stuff. You see nice, simple, clean. So yeah, so journaling, praying, someone said affirmations. Um, Sometimes I cook because I cooking is very therapeutic, it's very relaxing for me. So sometimes I cook, I bake, I experiment with food, not that I want to eat myself to fat or whatever the case is, but it's just, even if it's just as simple as preparing a salad, cutting up the tomatoes and the onions and all the delicious vegetables that you will put in the salad. It has a very soothing, very very soothing vibe. At least that's how I feel. Another thing that I do is, oh my gosh, never underestimate the power of a nice cool shower. Don't even think about it. Turn on the shower and just hop in. And that shit just wake you the hell up. I have tried it so many times. So Anthony says, I go to the range and shoot. Yes, because that is going to be very therapeutic as well. I had the experience of going to the range with some friends of mine when I was on vacation, and that stuff is very empowering. So you got to know what works for you. Sometimes I take a drive. So it all depends on what is causing you to feel the way you feel. And the thing is, the most important part is to learn how to go inside and connect. Go inside and connect. Ask yourself questions and don't be afraid to hear the answers. Why am I feeling this way? What is it that's causing me to feel what is down, depressed? Why am I feeling this kind of disruptive energy? Ask yourself the questions. And sometimes what I do when I have my car, I would hop into my car, put some music on, and driving for me is very relaxing as well. And relaxing, in terms of like, and I think it's the time when I feel I'm most connected to my higher self as well. Because a lot of, even though you may not be thinking, because of course you have to focus on the road, a lot of ideas come to you when you're taking a nice, long, relaxing drive. And I am somebody who I believe in staying present. I don't get caught up in traffic. If there's traffic, I have music in my car. If it's too hot, the AC is working. So I will put on some nice music, turn on the AC, or sometimes I drive with the window open and I just enjoy. My favorite part of the island to drive down is the west because I love to be able to view the sea, and just that alone helps to lift my mood. Hi, Heather. Happy birthday. I know it's still your birthday week, so for me, I will wish you happy birthday every day of the week. So, yes, Joanne, the shower does work, yes. And not just the shower, a cool shower or as cool as you could take it. And that water helps to kind of like really wake you up. So, as you notice, I have no brows yet. But the one thing that I learned and I it has stayed with me, you see a brow bone area. If you keep that area very light, you will be amazed to see the difference it will make in your entire makeup application. It gives you more room. It makes your face look more awake. It makes the eyes look even. I don't know if you could see there's a difference between this is the side that I just did and this is the side that I haven't been done, right? So let me stop and put on some eyebrows so you could get a little bit of perspective. Yes, so I'm getting ready to wrap up. Um, what about nature? Sitting outside in nature, does that work for you guys? Because right now, as it is, I know you can't hear what's happening in the background, right? But my house is kind of there's a river behind my house, and the water that's coming down from the top of the mountain, it is falling, and it sounds like if I am next to a waterfall. So it's very, very therapeutic, even though it stopped raining since earlier, maybe about, I don't know, since about 2 o'clock it stopped raining, but the water's still gushing down. And I could go outside, I could sit outside, and that helps me to just breathing in that air, that nice cool air. I live in a valley and I have the view of the mountains. Sometimes I just open my door and stand in front of the door and just take some nice deep breaths. That alone, breathing with intention, is another way to help to lift your energy and to remind you that there is somebody bigger than us who is in control. So we need not worry. So those are little things that we can do to help us to go through a difficult moment. Uh, yes, especially a raunchy novel. It's been a while since I read. You know who? I There was a time when I never used to read novels, and the first time I picked up a novel was from Eric Jerome Dickey, and he has a series called what is the name of that series? That series is like a trilogy, and it was so good. I went to the store and I got every single one. I read him. I read this girl, Zane. Really nice, delicious reading. Yeah, and even my brows. I don't like harsh, dark brows because all these little things you wouldn't know how makeup is just so awesome, but it really does have a tendency to age you if it's too dark. So you want to keep your brow bone as light as your brow hair as light as possible. The whole idea is not to make your brow darker, but it's just to add definition. My brows are very, very sparse. I don't have thick eyebrows. And Joanne, you have beautiful eyebrows. I love your eyebrows. So all you really need is to get your brows clean up, like maybe just remove the extra hairs to give you some more eye space. And if you do use brow pencil, it should just be to add definition, not to add any depth. Because from what I saw, I think I saw a picture of you without no makeup, and your brows look so nice and full and healthy. Right. So I'm going to show you one more thing when it comes to the brow story, and then I'm going to go to the lipstick to show you how amazing this brand is because it's absolutely perfect if you are a woman who loves to wear lipstick, but because of the mask, you don't wear it as much. With this particular brand, I guarantee you could wear your mask and it's not gonna go anywhere. So I'm using usually use two shades of brow pencil because I'm going for as natural as possible. I don't want to look as though everything is overdone, and I'm not a big fan of very structured eyebrows. So I think they look even. I don't have to do perfect, but I know you guys watching. Right. So my next thing to do now, let me show you. I'm gonna block my lips on this. Look at that. See? Nothing on the tissue. It did not move. So you could use this in your use this as the liquid matte ink from Maybelline, and it is absolutely amazing. I'm somebody who I don't like. You see, I usually love to mix my textures. So when it comes to my brow bone area, I keep it very in terms of the product that I put there, I don't use anything that has shimmer in it. If I do go with shimmer, it's going to be very satin. It's going to be a very satin finish. So I'm going in with the shadow, and I'm just going to pat it under the line. So I automatically define my brow bone area. I don't necessarily have to use concealer. If I'm doing a photo shoot or a video shoot and I want to go for perfection, yes. But as it is right now, I just want to wait. So what I'm going to do now, just to pull this together, is just slap on some mascara and pull it together with some lashes. So any questions so far? Um, right. Great. So I think the last tip that I would like to share in regards to um, what you can do when you're experiencing a low moment. I want to I want to bring it to your attention that surrender is not a sign of weakness. Surrender is, in my opinion, surrender is a superpower. And surrendering the things that we know we have absolutely no control over helps to release the burden of probably trying to do something about our situation. Now, there's some situations that requires us to do our part. So it's to understand what you can do to help out your situation. Like, for example, let's say you discover, oh my God, I'm gaining so much weight, blah, blah, whatever the case is. That is something you could do something about. You will have to be disciplined enough to want to do it. So don't sit and complain and whine and get yourself all sick over the fact that you've gained weight because you didn't get a chance to go outside and exercise and whatever. You just have to learn how to eat smart. And now that we could go outside, even if you're walking 3 times a week, for half an hour, that is something that really, really, really helps. Another major raise your vibration activity is exercise. And exercise don't necessarily mean you have to get to a gym. Exercise can mean put on your favorite music and dance. And one of the things that I discovered the other day was belly dancing. And that shit is not easy. Belly dancing will give you the most amazing workouts. And if possible, it would definitely have an impact on your waistline. So you gotta learn how to experiment and find things that will help you to do what you need to do. So it's not like it's not written in stone. So you just have to learn how to mix it up. So uh that's where developing an intimate relationship with yourself, that's where that comes in because it's important for you to know what makes you feel good. Because I could tell you what makes me feel good, but what makes you, Gloria, feel good? What makes you, Janet, feel good? What makes you, Joanne, feel good? And for the people who are still on Instagram, what makes you feel good? So it's important for you to sit with yourself and ask yourself these questions, you know. Oh, and don't forget the power of laughter. Oh my gosh. Immediately, there are two things that I personally like. Um, you see Steve Harvey, those clips that he has, what's the name of the show again? Shucks. The game show. And now there's a series that has been done in Africa. Man, I tell you, I just be cracking myself up with laughter because it is so hilarious. Oh my gosh, the name, I'm having a senior moment, y'all. It's clean out of my head. But you know that game show that they play, where you have families playing against each other. and you have to say like you do a survey. Family Feud. Jesus, man, that was a tough one. So yeah, Family Feud is it's really an amazing way to just sit and laugh because he is so funny, and especially the one from Family Feud Africa when he's trying to make that pronunciation. It's like, oh my god, it's just so funny. And another show that I love those singing shows too, like The Voice and America's Next what is it? America's Got Talent. Yeah, I love to watch other people win because it makes me feel amazing, and I know that one of these days I'm gonna win something big too. Well, I mean, I'm already winning because life has been good to me in spite of. But you have as we go along, we have all these different goals and desires and dreams that we want to accomplish and we want to see to fruition. So I'm gonna just do. I could totally be done here at my face, but as you know, makeup artists, you can never be done. So I'm going to bring some more light into my eyes, and I'm going to use this shade of green here. I'm gonna put it right on my waterline. Let me see if I need to. The weather drying up everything. Yes. One of the reasons why I choose to use a green is because with my eyes are brown and green tend to can you see that? Green tend to pop brown eyes. So learn when it comes to eyeshadow and colors that you're gonna use around your eyes, observe what colors make your eyes pop. Right. So the only thing that I need right now is probably to put some lashes on if I want to, or I could just put on an extra coat of mascara, and that could be it. And of course, if it weren't for the mask, well, I'm not wearing a mask right now, but I'm going to show you something sexy that I can do. And don't forget, tomorrow is National Lipstick Day. So wear something cute, even if you're not going out. Put on your favorite red lipstick and feel fabulous. So I like to brush the bottom of my lashes because one of the purpose of mascara helps to add definition to the eyes. And of course, it lengthens and volumizes your lashes, which helps to shape your eyes at the same time. So it's important for you to get the mascara applied from the root all the way up to the tip. And I back home and I pull it out so I could get the length. So this is supposed to be a volumizing and lengthening mascara here. All right. So basically, that's it. If I was going out, there's a little magic portion that I have somewhere. Let me see. Do I have it here? I like my skin to be nice and dewy because dewy skin gives you that nice, fresh, youthful look, youthful finish. So this particular product is a Makeup Forever, and I use this in the areas that tend to be oily. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm just gonna pat it. I'm not gonna blend it in yet. So if you notice, I'm just tackling the areas that I tend to oil up, which is right here, my cheek, over my brow bone, and I'm gonna sexy up this color. Heather, you're more of a nature woman, but I love. Let me see. Let me put on my glasses so I can read this properly. I'm a more mature one, but I love drama and lots of color. Quite often it's recommended that we go subtle. What do you think? Listen to me. There's not Here's the thing with color. The younger makeup artists, I don't think, because most of them are not formally trained, they don't understand the color wheel. Now, a woman, like, I can understand you love color because of course you're an artist as well, but color on mature skin or a mature woman, you have to be very strategic in your placement. And I would recommend that nobody do not use all the primary colors on your eyes. If you are going to have an outfit that has, let's say you're wearing an outfit that has maybe 4 or 5 colors in it, just choose one of the primary colors to highlight, and everything around that should be softer. So, like for example, if the dress has, let's say the dress has purple, or maybe purple, orange, yellow. Those are complementary colors, right? Even though they're not from the same color family. I could start off with a purple on the lid of the eyes, right? Purple on the lid because that's going to help to pop and pick up the purple from the prominent color, right? And if the dress has more purple in it, I would only use purple as a liner because to me, your makeup should not compete with what your outfit is. So that's my take on it. A lot of makeup artists don't understand how to use color properly. They don't know how to blend and coordinate. So you have all these colors that are clashing, and it doesn't come across very pretty. So makeup should always, 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 always make you look beautiful and fabulous. And the way how it's done in most cases, makeup look like it's done in the 80s or 90s, because 90s was when the colors were in. So in terms of answering the question, what do I recommend in terms of color? I just recommend not using all the bright shades together. Choose one primary color to highlight. I would stay away from anything that is pink and purple on a mature woman. So I'm gonna sexy up this lip a little bit, right? Look at that. Oh my god, this is so delicious. Yeah, I'm not rubbing it all over. I just want it to the center. So you see how you can play with color? And this look by itself is good. I honestly don't even have to do anything else if I'm just going out casually. But if I want to really like pump up the volume on this, I would just go for a really sexy pair of lashes that is not too dramatic. Because this is the other thing too. Everything about makeup, if done with in if done in moderation, it will enhance you and just make you look really, really fabulous as opposed to going for big, big, big lashes, especially if you're not on stage. So this is my version of beauty makeup. And the beauty makeup is what I don't think there's a distinction of on the outside when you look at the average person. So you don't know if it's stage or if it's beauty. And if you want to get a good perspective of what beauty makeup is, just pick up a magazine or look at the women who present on television, or I wouldn't even say celebrities, because most celebrities, when they're not on the red carpet, they are very, very simple, clean, beautiful skin, maybe some mascara, and and a little bit of lip gloss. So, as a woman, I believe that makeup is an expression of your personality. And my only advice is if you're gonna go with really dramatic makeup, make sure that it's appropriate for your occasion. Because if you're decked off in a million colors and you're just going to the market and you'll be center of attention. And I love that people have the courage to shucks, I didn't bring my tweezer. I love that a lot of people have the courage to um express themselves. Like when I walk into the streets of London and you see all the punk rockers with the hair up in air and the yellow, green, blue in the hair and eye makeup all out there and they dress up in the leather and the this and that. That's a whole different kettle of fish. But when we're talking about makeup as in as it relates to beauty, then it's a whole different kettle of fish. And that's where I am. So I'm gonna attempt to put this on without a tweezer. And I always like to put on my eyelashes. I use a magnifying mirror for everything. So I get this as close to my lash line as possible. And the trick is to get it as close as possible so you don't see where the lash is and where your lash line is. And if you have the one trick to handle that is just use a darker shadow or line close to your lash line. So if an event that when you apply the lashes and it doesn't go as close to your lash line, then you wouldn't see a space because you use a liner to kind of create a shadow in between. The worst thing that this is one of my pet peeves. I do not like to see when somebody put on eyelashes and you have a big space between your lashes and your lash line. That's just a no-no. So everybody should look like one big happy family like it belonged there. So this is it for me, and I hope that you guys love this look. Now, bam, look at the difference. See how awesome eyelashes are? And this is me being very conservative. Look at that. So ladies and whoever gents is there and all the people that's watching behind the scene, I appreciate your time. Thank you, Instagram, for joining me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to um, finish up on the other side. I'll take some pictures and I will leave you guys a little bit of notes. So yeah, this is it. See how sexy licious this is. Yeah. So this is one of my favorite lashes. And because my eyes are kind of small, I like to use lashes that wing out a little bit, you know? So thank you so very much. I appreciate your time. Thank you, Gloria. Enjoy your meditation session. Thank you, Heather, for popping in. Thank you, Wanda. Wanda, I hope you're taking care of your skin. Yes, so make sure. Oh, hi, Joanne. You don't use eyelashes. Okay. The trick is yes, these eyelashes are awesome. The trick to lashes are finding product that is really natural because you have, of course, like everything else, you have the cheap Chinese stuff. I mean, I'm not knocking them, but for me as a female, when I go out for 3, 4, 5, or 6 hours, I don't want anything on my eyes that's gonna make me uncomfortable. So when I discovered this brand, Kiss. You see that fella? Oh my gosh. The lashes feel so comfortable. And you would not believe, you see this pair of lash that I have on here? It's probably the 99th time I use it. That's to tell you how, and you could clean it. I even jump in the shower one time, forget I had on lashes. And when it was dry, it went back to like normal. So the lash that they use is it's very natural and it's very comfortable. It's not uncomfortable at all. Once it's applied properly, once it's trimmed and shaped to fit your eyes, it is very comfortable. So I am very meticulous as to what I use on myself and what I use on my clients because it's all about comfort. you know. So it's Kiss Feather Lash. Yes, so I have like different ones that I like to use. This one is my favorite. It's called Flirty. So when I'm doing like a smoky eye, and also note one thing, eyelashes, what eyelashes do, it helps to pull the look together. So with this particular lash, the end of it is a little fuller, right? And it's also a little bit winged. So what it does, it helps to pop the whole kind of smoky vibe that I have going on the outer end. And with this one, the lash on this one is fuller. So if I'm doing a smoky eye and I want to create a nice fullness, because it's so dense and dark, I would use these. So it's important for you to understand that these little things is just a matter of enhancing the look that you already have. So I know I've taken up a lot of your time already, and I just want to take the opportunity to remind you of two things. Don't forget, you can follow me on Instagram, Paula underscore De Souza, Paula with two L's. You can also check out my YouTube channel, Paula De Souza TV. And I have on Facebook, there's a group called Real Beauty Talk. Feel free to pop in, send a request. It's a space created specifically to just pass on real positive vibrations. Don't put any kind of don't put ads in it unless it's your business that you're advertising. Do not put anything political. Do not put anything about the pandemic unless you're sharing something that is going to positively uplift us. And so and if you do, your post is not going to be approved. So that's the only rules. Everything that you put in there should inspire somebody. All right. If you put an ad, unless it's telling us how to make a couple $1 million, don't put it. I'm not gonna approve it. All right. So thank you so much again, all the ladies who celebrating the birthday today and celebrating the birthday for the rest of the week, and who this beautiful queen I don't know if she's still on. Hers was on Tuesday, which was just yesterday, and I know she had an amazing time. You guys can check out the video on my wall. She did an amazing photo shoot. She looks so fabulous. So thank you again. Love, light, and blessings. I want you guys to have the most amazing rest of the week. Have a peaceful night rest. Remember to love yourself. Remember to take care of you. And remember, it is not going to last forever. So blessings, blessings, blessings. Thank you so very much. Have a good one.